Hi everyone, my name is Parul. Welcome to my channel Parul English Lab. Today in this video, I'll talk about limiting modifiers. What are limiting modifiers and how they can be used in different sentences. So please watch this video till the end because this video will help you a lot. And before going ahead, please like and subscribe to my channel Parul English Lab and don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications. Now let's get started. What is a modifier? Modifier gives extra information about the word or a phrase. And limiting modifier imposes restrictions on the word that it modifies. It limits the information about the word it modifies, and that's why it is called limiting modifier. Some of the common limiting modifiers are almost, hardly, nearly, just, only, merely. Limiting modifiers are very important because while speaking, we can easily get away with misplacing a limiting modifier because the listener will understand what we are saying with the help of our expressions, intonation, modulation, etc. But when it comes to writing, it's really imperative to use a limiting modifier at the right place so that the reader will get your point straight without any confusion. Now, where do we use limiting modifiers? What's the right place of a limiting modifier? So there is only one rule that you have to keep in mind, that a limiting modifier will always come before the word it modifies or before the phrase it modifies. It will not come after the word. It will come just before the word it modifies. So if you keep this rule in mind, then trust me, you will never make any mistake with limiting modifiers. Now I'll give you some examples of these common limiting modifiers. First, let's start with only. Only limiting modifier is quite confusing and I've seen people using it in a wrong way. So now I'll give you some examples and that will help you to understand how this limiting modifier can change the meaning of the sentence completely. Now look at this sentence. Only she ate mangoes for lunch. So here I'm using only before she. You can use a limiting modifier before a noun or a pronoun, an adjective, a verb, etc. It can be used before any word. But one thing is really important, that a limiting modifier always comes before the word that it modifies. So here I'm using it before she. So it is modifying she. It gives extra information about she, about the person. Only she ate mangoes for lunch. So this means that not Max, not Tia, James, Joey, etc. Not anyone else, but she. Only she ate mangoes for lunch. Other people ate something else, different things. But only she ate mangoes for lunch. Now if I say, she only ate mangoes for lunch. Now here, I'm not modifying she, rather I'm using it just before the verb. So this means that I'm modifying the verb. She only ate mangoes for lunch. In this sentence, the speaker is trying to say that she had mangoes in lunch, nothing else. So in this sentence, speaker is trying to modify mangoes, but only is used before the verb ate, not before mangoes. So because it is used just before the verb ate, not before mangoes, so this means that she did nothing with mangoes but ate them for lunch. Like she didn't pick them, she didn't peel them off, she didn't wash them, she didn't prepare them, she just ate them. So here the speaker is modifying the verb. She only ate mangoes for lunch. So if the speaker wants to convey right message that she ate mangoes for lunch and nothing else, then the correct construction is she ate only mangoes for the lunch. So here only will come just before mangoes because we are giving extra information about mangoes, not about the verb. We are modifying mangoes. That's why limiting modifier will come just before mangoes. So she ate only mangoes for lunch. This means she ate mangoes and nothing else. Now if you say she ate mangoes only for lunch. So here we are using only just before for lunch, before this phrase. So this means that she ate mangoes only for lunch, not for dinner, not for breakfast, only for lunch. So this way you can use this limiting modifier only at different places and it can change the meaning completely. So please use this modifier consciously. Let me give you one more example. Only Max bakes cake for the family. So this means no one else except for Max. Only Max, because only is modifying Max. Only Max bakes cake for the family. Now if I say Max only bakes cake for the family, so it sounds a bit awkward. Generally using only before a verb as a limiting modifier is less common. So try to avoid it unless until it is actually required. Now if I say Max bakes only cake for the family, so this means that he doesn't prepare anything else, he doesn't bake anything else, maybe bread or cookies or something like that, but only cake. So Max bakes only cakes for his family. Now if I say Max bakes cake only for his family, so I'm using only before for his family, this phrase, because I'm trying to convey that he bakes cakes only for his family, not for his friends or anyone else, but only for his family. So this way, depending what exactly you are trying to convey, use this limiting modifier carefully. Next limiting modifier is hardly. Hardly means almost not. For example, I hardly know her. So here I'm using hardly just before the verb know because it modifies the verb here. I hardly know her. This means I really don't know her. I hardly know her. Hardly a day goes by without an ice cream in summer. So hardly a day. So here I am emphasizing on the day. I am modifying the day. Hardly a day goes by without an ice cream in summer. This means I eat ice cream every day, almost every day in summer. That was hardly a surprise. So here I am using hardly before surprise because I am modifying the word surprise. That was hardly a surprise. This means that wasn't a surprise at all. I knew about it. So it wasn't a surprise. So it was hardly a surprise. Hardly a person in the audience enjoyed his performance. Hardly a person. This means almost no one in the audience enjoyed his performance. It was really bad. So hardly a person in the audience enjoyed his performance. So this way we use this limiting modifier hardly in different sentences. Next modifier is almost. This means nearly or very nearly. I am almost 40. So here 40, almost is modifying the age. 40, I'm almost 40. This means that till now I'm 39 and maybe 9 months or 10 months, and maybe after 2 months or 1 month or maybe after few days I'll be 40. So I am almost 40. So I am nearly 40. Almost everyone in the audience enjoyed his performance. Almost everyone, this means nearly everyone in the audience enjoyed his performance. It was really good. He finds it almost impossible to complete this task by tomorrow. So almost impossible. So here almost is modifying the adjective. Almost impossible. This means you are giving more emphasis to the sentence by adding this limiting modifier. So he finds it almost impossible to complete this task by tomorrow. In summer, we eat ice cream almost every day. So again, we are modifying the day, almost every day. Next is just. This means very soon or very recently. For example, he'll be here in just a moment, or in just a second, just a minute. So this means very soon. He'll be here very soon. Where are you? I'm just coming. I'm on my way. I'm just coming. This means that I'm coming very soon. It's just past 7 o'clock or it's just after 7 o'clock. So this means a very short time ago it was 7 o'clock and right now it must be around 7:05, 7:10. So it's just past 7 o'clock. We were just talking about you. So this means very recently. We were just talking about you. Who called you just now? Who called you very recently? Who called you just now? I went to the restaurant that has just opened. So again, very recently opened. Just opened. Just is also used in place of now or right now. For example, are you leaving just now? So in place of right now, we use just now, which means now. Are you leaving right now or are you leaving just now? Sometimes just is also used in place of very, completely and truly. For example, the movie was just amazing. This means the movie was truly amazing. This task is just impossible. This means that there is no chance of something, just impossible. So this way we use just in different sentences and at different places. Almost. This means nearly or very nearly. So almost and nearly, these are two limiting modifiers and they have the same meaning and they can be used interchangeably. And the last limiting modifier is merely. This is used to emphasize that you mean exactly what you are saying, not anything more than that. You can also say this means only or simply. Now let's look at some examples. Max is merely a good friend. This means that Max is only a good friend, nothing more than that. Max is merely a good friend. The dress cost merely $10. This means the dress costs merely $10 or only $10, not more than that. I didn't force you. I merely suggested that you should work hard to clear your interview. This means that I didn't force you. I only suggested that you should work hard. So I merely suggested that you should work hard. So that's all for today. I have told you how you can use limiting modifiers, and just keep one thing in mind, that we always use a limiting modifier just before the word or the phrase we modify. So this is the one rule you have to keep in mind, and I have given you a lot of examples using these common limiting modifiers. Now please practice and try to make some more sentences and share with me in the comment section. And please like and subscribe to my channel Parul English Lab, and don't forget to press the bell icon for future notification. Thank you, take care, have a great day.